It started with blue lights in the rear view and ended in fire. Dr. Elias Moore wasn't just speeding that night, he was racing against death. 50 miles to a rural hospital where an old farmer was flatlining. Sweat soaked through his scrubs, his med bag bouncing on the seat beside him. And yeah, maybe his taillight was out. But who the hell cares when someone's heart is giving up, Officer Brent? Colby cared, or at least he pretended to, pulled Elias over on a cracked Georgia back road, walked up with that smug swagger, hand hovering by the holster like it was a habit he was proud of. License and registration, he barked, before Elias could even speak. But the doctor stayed calm, like always explaining the emergency, pointing to the little boy in the back seat, shaking, bleeding from the forehead, his nephew, Micah, 8 years old, hurt in a hit-and-run on the way to the clinic. Colby paused. Just a second. But that second, it said everything. The way his eyes narrowed, the twitch in his lip. That wasn't shock. That was calculation. Hate. The kind you feel in your bones. Elias pulled out his phone, thumbed the record button. "You're being filmed. Officer, I need EMS now." And for a beat, Colby froze. His mask cracked. That little red light. It was a mirror, and he didn't like what he saw. But he backed off, called it in, let them go. Micah got stitched up. The farmer lived. Elias thought maybe he'd won that night. But that was just Act 1. The next morning, the video was gone, wiped clean. Patients canceled appointments. His clinic phone rang less. Rumors started swirling stuff about drugs, about him faking the footage. Small town lies spread like wildfire. And guess who lit the match? Elias wasn't having it. He fought back, hired a lawyer, dug into Colby's record, found buried complaints, beatings, planted evidence, 8 years of dirt. He hacked emails with the help of his buddy Nash, an old coder from Atlanta, and yeah, they found gold bribes, cover-ups, connections to Sheriff Duncan himself. They leaked it, thought that was checkmate. But the paper, it flipped the story, said Elias was the corrupt one, bought off, framing a hero cop. Then came the fire, literal fire. Colby's goons threw a Molotov through his sister's living room. Micah barely made it out, his sister. June. She didn't. And just like that, it was war. They framed Elias again, said he hacked federal files, made up witnesses. A grand jury packed with Colby's drinking buddies indicted him. He got cuffed in front of his own clinic, live-streamed like some criminal circus. You'd think that'd be rock bottom. But no, rock bottom came later when Micah disappeared. They found the kid tied up in a trailer deep in the woods. Duct tape and bruises and that same damn Spider-Man shirt. Elias kicked in the door himself. Didn't wait for backup, there wasn't any coming. He got Micah out, barely. Right before Colby, now out on bail, slammed into them on some back road. A shotgun in his hand. No badge. No law left. If it weren't for a random trucker, a stranger with a steel nerve, they'd both be dead. Elias went into hiding, but not silent. He posted the whole story online: names, dates, faces, and the internet. It listened. Protests lit up across 3 counties. Reporters came sniffing. Politicians started stammering. But Colby wasn't done. He bombed a motel where 5 witnesses were staying. Blamed Elias. Called him a terrorist. And just like that, the story twisted again. The doctor became the fugitive. They say justice is blind. But in Elkhorn County, it had a badge, a shotgun, and a grudge. And here's the kicker. Even after everything, the deaths, the lies, the fire, Elias never ran. He live-streamed from a ditch, wrists bleeding from the cuffs, voice cracking but clear. This is what they do when you don't break, when you don't bow. That video hit 100,000 views in an hour. But the question still hangs, did Elias ever have a real chance? Or was the game rigged before he ever hit record? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was this justice? Or just survival? Hit like if your blood's boiling. Subscribe if you believe stories like this deserve to be told louder.